Well, here we go. Do you want to know why this guy, the mayor of New York City, Eric Adams, was cozying up to Donald Trump, developing this relationship? Well, here it is. Justice Department seeks dismissal of federal corruption case against Adams. The New York City mayor cultivated a close relationship with President Trump, who said they had both been persecuted. So here it is. The Justice Department on Monday told federal prosecutors in Manhattan to drop the corruption charges against Mayor Eric Adams of New York, claiming his indictment last fall came too near the 2025 mayoral primary and had limited his ability to cooperate in President Trump's immigration crackdown. You're directed to dismiss the charges. Email broke the Justice Department's acting number 2 official wrote in a letter to prosecutors, according to 2 people briefed on its contents. So that means you gotta be friends with Donald Trump, then you don't get prosecuted and you don't have to face any consequences and you never have to go to court. And nobody goes to jail or even court.
What's going on, guys? It looks like Eric Adams is a free man. Okay, so the radical left Democrats tried to indict this man. Well, they did indict him, Eric Adams, because he spoke out against the foolery of the Biden administration. Like, they're trying to claim that there's no evidence of it, but you don't have to have direct evidence of something for it necessarily to be true. They're acting like reality is contingent upon evidence. We can say that we don't know definitively, right? We could say that because evidence is how you get to a definitive answer. But I do believe that it is quite obvious that Eric Adams was out of lockstep with the other radical left Democrats. A lot of the Democrats are very obviously corrupt, and they're enabled to get away with things and nobody happens to investigate them. They're just enabled to just do whatever the hell they want and nobody ever investigates them for anything. Eric Adams happens to speak ill of the migrant crisis over and over again, and then suddenly he's indicted. Wow, I guess it's just a coinkydink.
Our insurance was the federal government, and they're saying to our insurance contract, we're not giving you anything. So now we have to, you, me, taxpayers, have to find $12 billion out of a $30 billion budget. It has to come from somewhere. It has to come from somewhere. And they're leaving us stranded. Stranded. This has created a crisis that's wrong for New York taxpayers, wrong for the migrants, and wrong for our city and wrong for our country. And the national government is not doing their job. You should not have to pick up the cost of this, and migrants and asylum seekers should not be living in the conditions that we're in. Go look at what's happening in other cities. In Chicago, they're sleeping in the police precincts. In other places, they're sleeping on the streets. Our goal is for children and families not to sleep on the streets. This is in the lap of the President of the United States. The President of the United States can give us the ability to allow people to work.
But accordingly, as you saw at the beginning of this video, the radical left Democrats are upset. Like, that's how crazy these people are. First, they say it's authoritarian for Trump to go after his political opponents, which is exactly what the Democrats did for years, right? Like, you got the Fani Willis case, multiple Jack Smith cases, classified documents. Like, there's so much stuff. And all of it was dismissed, dropped. All kinds of different stuff happening. Fani Willis effed away her case with Nathan Wade, and then turn around, and now since he's letting Eric Adams, a Democrat, go, they're saying that that's authoritarian too?
Jeff, is this surprising?
This is one of the most bizarre situations I have ever seen. I mean, here this guy is indicted, and by a very respected office. He makes complaints that he was politically targeted.
Right. He says because he complained about immigration under the Biden administration, he was targeted.
Which there is absolutely no evidence of. And the Justice Department now, under the new Trump administration, dismisses the case against him, but says, well, we don't know whether he's guilty or not, but we want him to fight crime. I mean, this is what happens in authoritarian countries.
They essentially were saying that fighting these charges takes away from his ability to help the Trump administration with immigration.
Correct. And this is what happens in authoritarian countries, that, the rule of law is not applied equally. It's only applied to how the leader wants it applied. And Eric Adams has ingratiated himself with the Trump administration, and now he gets his
he went
case
to Mar-a-Lago.
dismissed.
He went down to the inauguration.
Right. And that's not how the legal system's supposed to work. Especially when the Justice Department acknowledges that the case may well be legitimate.
Which is it? Just letting the legal system run wild and never interfering with it whatsoever? There is a such thing as injustices and lawfare and Banana Republic type stuff. So we're just supposed to pretend as though it's impossible to corrupt the legal system? Because if that's the case, then why was Joe Biden so eager to issue pardons to Adam Schiff, Liz Cheney, his son? Like, he issued pardons for so many people. If the legal system is just and fair and it cannot be corrupted and only authoritarians corrupt it, where was all this energy for Sleepy Joe?
This is the worst possible thing a president could possibly do to his party and to the country, to sit for a year and say, I will not do this. I will not do this. The rule of law is sacred. We have to respect the justice system. Juries, we have to respect juries. We have to respect the guardrails and the norms of our democracy. These people are liars. Inflation, it's transitory. Afghanistan, it's a success. The border is secure. Robert Hur is a liar. The videos are cheap fakes. Biden has a cold. He'll never drop out. Oh, I'll never pardon Hunter. It's all a lie. It is all a grift. Every American, except the most partisan, brain-rotted people, are going to be outraged by this today. He is going to leave off. You think 38, 39% job approval is bad? Just you wait. Are you fine with the lying? Are you fine with him sitting before the election all year and lying to the American people? Are you fine with the lying about it?
I don't think that he was lying. I think he made a decision after the fact and decided this was the right thing for him and for his family.
And everybody who went on TV and said, oh, look how he's the modern George Washington. He's drained every ounce of credibility from every surrogate. If Karine Jean-Pierre had an ounce of self-respect, she'd get off the plane in Africa today where they're going so he can avoid the press and resign. He's drained all of her credibility and everybody else who's defended this.
What's crazy is that Eric Adams called out the Democrats, Obama and Hillary Clinton, for supporting the very same things in the past, deporting illegal migrant criminals.
Those who are here committing crimes, robberies, shooting at police officers, raping innocent people, have been a harm to our country. I want to sit down and hear the plan on how we're going to address them. Those are the people I am talking about, and I would love to sit down with the board of czar and hear his thoughts. I want you to all go back and Google Hillary Clinton and Barack Obama. Google what they said about those who commit crimes in our city and what they said in our country. They said those who commit crimes need to get out right away. That was their position. So this is not a new position, because in the state of, in the era of cancel culture, no one is afraid to be honest about the truth. Well, cancel me, because I'm going to protect the people of this city. And if you come into this country, in this city, and think you're going to harm innocent New Yorkers and innocent migrants and asylum seekers, this is not the mayor you want to be in the city under.
By deporting twice as many criminal aliens as ever before.
If they've committed a crime, deport them. No questions asked. They're gone.
You are going to pay a significant fine.
And you have to pay a stiff fine because you came here illegally.
You are going to learn English.
And you have to try to learn English. And you have to wait in line.
You are going to go to the back of the line so that you don't get ahead of somebody who was in Mexico City applying legally.
All Americans in every place in this country are rightly disturbed by the large numbers of illegal aliens entering our country.
People who enter the United States without our permission are illegal aliens, and illegal aliens should not be treated the same as people who entered the U.S. legally.
I would, in fact, make sure that we immediately surge to the border. He must be cognitively impaired.
We will try to do more to speed the deportation of illegal aliens who are arrested for crimes.
This is not going to be a free ride.
That's why our administration has moved aggressively to secure our borders more by hiring a record number of new border guards.
We're a nation that says if you want to flee and you're fleeing oppression, you should come. You're a schmuck.
Illegal immigration is wrong. And a primary goal of comprehensive immigration reform must be to dramatically curtail future illegal immigration. The American people are fundamentally pro-legal immigration and anti-illegal immigration. We will only pass comprehensive reform when we recognize this fundamental concept.
I apologize. And we must do more to stop it.
I think the American people, they appreciate and believe in immigration, but they can't have a situation where you just have 500,000 people pouring over the border without any kind of mechanism to control it.
You have to pay back taxes.
What's really going on here, guys, is they didn't want to get exposed for these missing children and all of this stuff that that Elon Musk is finding with the Department of Government Efficiency. They did not want all of this stuff to get exposed.
I've learned also from sitting down with him and a representative from the Biden administration that was there in the meeting as well. We have 500,000 children who had sponsors in this country that we can't find. We can't find them. We don't know if they're doing child labor. We don't know if they're doing sex crimes. We don't know if they're being exploited. 500,000 children. There's a level of hypocrisy that everyone that states they want to protect everyone but innocent individuals who are victims of crimes and children. I want to support and protect children and innocent people that are victims of crime. And those who don't understand that, it's not up to me to try to convince them. I know what my job is, my goal is, and I was clear of that while running and when I became mayor. Safety means everything to me. 500,000 children, we don't know where they are right now in this country.
They're making an example out of Adams. Why do you think so many Democrats keep saying the same thing and never saying anything different? Either they're one, quiet, or two, saying the same thing as everybody else because they see what happens when you rise up against them. You think that this is just something that everybody's just blind to? No, people see it. Of course, the other politicians see it, and they're like, look, I saw what happened to Eric. I don't want no smoke. Let me just go along with this.
Mayor Adams, good luck with everything. They went after you. They went after you, Mayor. Yeah, boy, I knew that. 9.5 months ago, I said, he just said something about it, about the administration. He's going to be indicted any moment. And guess what happened? But you're going to win. I think you're going to win. I know you're going to win. So good luck. Good luck.
Too bad for them. Donald Trump won. And guys, I'm not an Eric Adams fan, but I am an anti-lawfare fan. I am a fairness of the justice system fan. I don't want the justice system to be weaponized against the radical left Democrats, as fun as it might be to get back at them if they were doing legitimately wrong things and corrupt, like those 51 former intelligence operatives from the whole Hunter Biden laptop situation, the guys who tried to help Joe Biden, Sleepy Joe, get elected and unfortunately were successful in basically destroying this country. Yeah, take their security clearances away and look at potentially if there's an option for prosecution if somebody does something that's against the law. I don't know if lying about something like that is against the law, but it could be considered election interference. If there's a legitimate law break, take them down. But if there's not, then obviously I'm not saying make something up. That's something that Democrats do, and I don't think the Republicans need to do that.
Essentially, directing them to say, you screwed this case up. You did a bad job or you did the right job for the wrong reasons, and now you're going to admit it.
But for everybody who's upset about Eric Adams getting off here, especially the Democrats who are upset about it, ha ha, in your face, your lawfare failed again. Okay, I don't really care again for Eric Adams, but I will say for the most part, he was trying to do the right thing. He was trying to be honest about the illegal migrant situation and trying to do the right thing for the people that he supported in New York. Vast juxtaposition from people like Brandon Johnson out there in Chicago, completely destroying all the communities, including pretty much all the black communities out there. And with a big old smile on his face, happy as hell to do it. Eric Adams wasn't happy to do that. He was like, no, you're destroying my people that are here today, the people who voted for me and supported me and paid taxes and are doing the right thing, and the legal immigrants who did the right thing, not the illegal people coming in. I don't want to support those people. I don't want to support crazy Democrats and crazy lawfare. Eric Adams wasn't having it. So the radical left wasn't having him.
This is a chart with all of the undisclosed travel benefits that we uncovered during the investigation.
They don't want honest and integral people who are going to expose them. They want people who are going to lie and cover their ass for them. Eric Adams wasn't doing it. So they figured he had to pay. But unfortunately for them, Teflon Don decided that he didn't want this sort of thing to happen in his country. In America he runs, he said, not on my watch. You guys are going to have to try something else. Go after real criminals. Go after some of these migrant criminals that got kids disappearing. How about you go after them? How about you go after the people who are raping people? How about you go after some of these terrorists, the human traffickers? What you worried about some dude taking expensive flights for? Who the F cares? Oh, he took an expensive flight. He went through to shut the hell up. Seriously, it triggers me just to think about it. Like, oh, he took an expensive flight. Like, oh, good on him. He got an upgrade. Oh my gosh, throw him in prison. You guys freaking nuts. You got real people out here killing Americans, and you over here got Selena Gomez's dumbass crying. Meanwhile, Eric Adams take an expensive flight, and it's the end of the freaking world, and it's a travesty. These people's brains are broken, but let me know what you guys think. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I appreciate you watching the Black Anomaly Rising channel. I'm out.
Let freedom ring from the mighty mountains of New York, because no lie can live forever. Yes, sir.